for today's cup of coffee. It's been a hell of a day. Let me talk to you about diabetes. It is not a fun thing to be going through Walmart and going, ooh, my sugar's dropping.
Let me talk to you about cleaning because there are rats in one's room. Not mine.
Not ours, not our house. But kid was enlisted and he has just gone the extra mile today.
I had no problem doing it. It was just I'm fucking tired and I feel I didn't get everything accomplished because I did not know what to do with his own shit.
And that's okay, because there are reasons that people do what they do. And some things are beyond somebody's control, and it's okay to ask for help. Let me say that.
I know why I don't clean, or at least clean my room well. It's because I get overwhelmed, and it's like, I can't do this by myself. And I'm scared, and I am one of those people that it's like, it's difficult for me to ask for help.
And that's one of the things with ADHD people. We have a tendency to be cluttered.
Yeah, it's not filthy, it's just clutter.
Right. And so that's something that the Stratera, it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, tell that to my provider.
We're going to switch your provider. We really are, because when you have an issue, you've provided the testing, and they're still not addressing the issue for whatever reason, then that's time to check, to get a different provider. So, we're not going to sit and whine and bitch and moan.
Oh, I'm going to sit and whine and bitch and moan.
It was just amusing, because I kept thinking, there are people that take drugs to have this altered sense of reality, when all they have to do is become diabetic, because you never feel thoroughly grounded in this realm.
No, I'll take a hit of speed to get shit done. Hell yeah. Let me be let me be happy and peppy and get that shit done. Hell yeah.
I don't know. I had a slice of pizza.
She did.
That was the first. Well, no, I didn't eat the other bread.
Yeah,
but
you did. You sat there and I've watched you. You kicked it all off.
No, that was when I started, and then I thought, I'm going to eat an actual full slice of pizza, because I suspect I have wheat intolerance. Mm-hmm. And so we'll find out tonight. If my sugar's like 300 or 400, then it's like, don't eat that again.
Or gluten-free.
But that was the first bread that I have had, other than like literally a crumb's worth, in 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed the hell out of the slice of pizza. So,
I ate a few slices of pizza when I got home, but before that I had a Spam sandwich.
It's okay. There's nothing wrong with a sandwich. I like sandwiches. I used to like sandwiches. So if you can enjoy a slice of pizza, enjoy that slice of pizza. And Warren Zevon, he said, enjoy every sandwich. Yeah.
Even if it sticks to you the roof of your mouth.
It doesn't matter. Get you a drink of something and, wash it on down. We're going to be discussing something that was very distasteful. And
my legs hurting?
No.
That's distasteful.
No. This was one of... I watch a lot of documentaries, have watched a lot of documentaries over the years. Have even watched some of the little mockumentaries on YouTube. Some of them are not bad. Some of them are bad, but some of them are not bad.
Docu-series.
But I
like watching docu-series.
Had been made aware of this, about a month or so ago. I had watched an interview with a couple of these folks that we're going to talk about. And that also with, I can't think of his name right now, my God, Joe Rogan. And I kept, even during the interview, the one guy, I'm like, okay, he's all right. And the guy that kept mentioning his film, his documentary, this and that and the other, and he literally was just doing everything he could to run up Rogan's ass. And I'm like, don't do that.
Brown nose.
Oh, it was just all the way up to his eyeballs. It was ridiculous. And I
He
thought,
had his whole head shoved up.
he
his ass.
did. He really did. And Rogan knew that. And, he seems to be pretty much a down-to-earth guy. And when people do that to him, he's not a stupid person. And I don't know if Guy was scared shitless of him, that he thought that he was going to put him in a headlock.
Probably.
From what I have seen of Rogan, he seems pretty self-controlled.
What was he on other than Fear Factor?
Well, he does like MMA and different things like that.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
he's trained. He's a very skilled fighter.
Yeah. I mean, if I met the man, I would be scared shitless, but that's because like I don't like meeting people.
Well, I think he'd be an interesting guy to sit and talk.
Oh yeah,
and
like
he is
new person.
He is a wonderful interviewer, and he asks questions. He allows the people time to respond.
Unlike Ethan Klein. Fuck you, Ethan Klein. You got what you deserved.
Well, it's like I said, I don't even know these people. But this guy that he made this documentary that was supposed to be about Bob Lazar.
How bizarre.
Yeah,
How
God
bizarre.
love him. And I had actually gotten Lazar, and there was another guy confused, and I went back and cleared that up last night. And the other guy that is very, there's something not right about him, is that he's within the UFO community. His last name is Green. I can't remember what his name was right now, but there is something very reptilian about that man. Every time I have heard him speak, I'm like, something ain't right. So I was glad that it was not Bob Lazar. So anyhow.
It wasn't Bob Lazar, that's the reptilian.
No, God love him. Poor little Bob Lazar.
Leave the man
I have
alone.
a lot of empathy for him.
Yeah.
Sort of like Travis Walton. When these people have had these experiences, it's trauma. Now, Lazar's was totally different than Walton's in the fact that he was not abducted.
No, he was hired to like examine or work on a spacecraft.
Sure, reverse engineering. Mm-hmm. And he's an interesting guy. We'll get into that.
He put a rocket on a motorbike.
He did. He put a jet engine on something like a go-kart or something, and it was just, that was too cool. I don't know whether he was joking or not about having a particle accelerator in his bedroom. He probably was not. He probably had one. He's that type of person.
Yeah.
And so the director of this, and the one that was trying to run up Rogan's ass, was Jeremy Corbell. And I have no respect for the man. After watching this, his documentary is called Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers. And it was made in 2018. And usually I try to find the positive of just about anything. Mm-hmm. But now this was just shit. The only part of this that had any credence was listening to Lazar. And you watched it with me.
Yeah.
And this man had pissed off Bob Lazar. Why would you do that?
You don't.
And for those
You
who
don't fuck with him. He can build a rocket and blast your ass.
Absolutely. He could probably
He can blast your ass off to the moon.
Can you imagine what he could do if he joined up with Elon Musk?
Oh, all hell would break loose.
Yeah. Yeah. So that maybe it's something, if somebody knows Musk out there, it suggests Bob Lazar working with him.
How bizarre.
What happened when Lazar, and I think he must have been in his 20s, somewhere through there, he worked at Area S4, which is also known as Area 51. And that was government / Air Force. And he did reverse engineer UFOs propulsion source. And he attended Caltech and then MIT. And when he went public with his information, which was in 1989, he did that to prevent himself from being suicided.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was sort of his, safety net, or so he thought. He has been harassed since he went public with this. He's been raided by all these alphabet agencies, including the FDA. Why the hell would the FDA be after him?
That's the Food and Drug Administration.
Fruit and drug?
Fruit. Flute. Food and drug. I'm tired. Leave me alone.
And
I've had a long day.
why would you have an administration that is a combination of food and drug to begin with?
He's not involved in that shit.
But, I mean, that's just a weird combination. Also, I don't even know what the NRC is. I didn't look that one up. But now the FBI and some of these other ones, I mean, my God. And this was before swatting was a thing. So he was on these people's radar because once you work on any of these government projects in any way, you can be disappeared very easily.
Yes.
And so when Lazar went public with this, he was interviewed by George Knapp. Now, I like George Knapp, and he is an award-winning investigative journalist. And when they did the first interview, it was a matter of condition of anonymity. And Lazar was called Dennis during the interview, and all you could see was like the silhouette of him. Mm-hmm. Because this is 89, and they didn't have all the, bells and whistles computerized that we do now.
Right.
And so Knapp still continues to have a relationship with Lazar that is very, cordial. And it was interesting because when I went on Wikipedia, which that's not a verifiable source. I use it sometimes as far as legends and cryptids and stuff like that, because it can be good. It can put together a lot of, where I'd have to have 15 articles. It can be there because somebody else has put together the 15 articles. Go to Wikipedia, and there are hit pieces written about Lazar and Knapp.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting. Did you read them?
No.
And like I said, this documentary is so bad, and it is such a disservice to Lazar. Corbell is totally self-centered. Totally. I mean, there's more footage of him standing there barefooted, walking around or trying to look important
than there is with Bob.
Yeah. Yeah. The production value is awful.
It's literally amateur. It's the same production value as Shane Dawson's horrible documentaries. They bad.
We have better production values than those people do, he did. I mean, honest to God. Exactly. Exactly. We have the same production value that Styx Hexenhammer 666 has had since he started YouTube. If it's worked for him all this time, it's good enough for us.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it because, it's like the audio was not consistent.
Your hand is shaking.
That's because I've had glucose problems all day long. What do you expect? The audio, there were interviews. It's called an equalizer, folks.
If you don't know how to do audio on a fucking video, don't put the microphone down.
Well, it was different. Like if somebody had called or anything like that, where it was not in the same environment. Seriously, you can get equalizers. I think you can use an equalizer that's on Audacity. So
it's a little rough on there.
It's better than nothing.
I mean, yeah, but still.
So that was one of the things. There was this overuse of special effects, this blurring thing for no apparent reason. It had,
the voice effects.
The script, oh God, was so overly dramatic and pointless. And God bless Brent Swancer. That man would have done such a better job writing the script for this.
And has.
Oh, yeah. And it was, as far as the narrator, was Mickey Rourke, and somebody had commented
Mickey Rourke, you need to get the fuck out of out of whatever the fuck you're doing.
He was an actor. But this was on
you're bad at it.
IMDb, And somebody had commented that Mickey Rourke was the worst possible choice that they have gotten to narrate this.
I agree.
And it was, like I said, the narration was horrible. Just random cussing that was pointless. I mean, we randomly cuss, but at least there's a point.
Yeah.
We use sentence enhancers. That's what it is. We're not cussing. We're just enhancing the sentence. That's a little bit spicy.
The SpongeBob episodes.
A little bit of spice, a little bit of salt.
Sentence enhancers.
Right.
The dolphin noises. Turns out they actually were cussing behind that.
Right, right. Stupid echo effects, which sometimes made it impossible to understand what was being said.
There was no point in those.
Which was sometimes a good thing if you couldn't understand what was being said. It was bad. It was bad. And for me to go on a total rant, dedicate an entire video to a rant about how bad this documentary was, that says something in itself. But Corbell, when he was interviewing Lazar, asking Lazar if he was a disinformation agent, oh my God, poor little Lazar was just horribly offended. He's gone through this shit for what, 30 years or close to it?
He looked at that man like he spat in his face.
Yes.
And he might as well have.
Yeah. Yeah, because Lazar lost everything. They tried to just erase him, even as far as his credentials, that he had ever worked at S4, any of the things that he had said. And little by little, the information came out that he was telling the truth. You know, people did remember him. They went to college with him. They were able to interview those people, even as far as the early hand scanner type thing, which measured the length of bones in somebody's hands.
And they showed that in the documentary.
Yeah, that they did finally find one of those to validate what he was saying. But it was interesting because when he had asked Lazar about him being a disinformation agent, it was interesting that Corbell's actually asking the question, and what he said to Lazar had been edited out. So I don't know what he said or how he said it, but he just offended that man. And why would you do that?
Yeah. You don't say that shit to anyone.
Well, especially not to somebody that has gone through 30 years of hell.
Yeah.
So that was it. And now, as far as talking to George Knapp, there was a little bit of grandstanding on Knapp's behalf, but not, I mean, hell, he's an award-winning journalist. So he's due a little grandstanding from time to time. I think he's been on Coast to Coast when Bob Lazar was on there. And, yeah. But it was just ridiculous. So if you want to go and watch it, and I actually paid $4 to watch that. I was offended because I wasted.
You rented the shit. It's not like you bought. It's not like you spent like $10 on it. That would have been worse.
That was $4 that I could have put towards a weekend of playing Candy Crush.
That's worse.
It brings me joy. Leave me alone.
That's like BB was looking at one of her outfits or whatever, and I was like, "Does it bring you joy?" No. Put it in the bag.
Then don't keep it.
Yeah.
Now, as far as what Lazar says and how he explains it, even that he had gone through hypnosis to help him unlock, subconscious memories of what he had seen, the craft that he had worked on. That was interesting. The information that he has is valuable. How that it was put in this piece of shit wrapped around what this man had to offer, that was just ridiculous. I think Corbell needs to get another
wrapped in a shit wrapper.
Yeah, Corbell needs to get another day job. But even as far as one of the things that people have used to discredit Lazar is while he was still young, and I'm sure his world was blowing up. And who does not make bad choices from time to time?
Yeah.
Especially if your money sources and stuff are drying up. And so, and apparently he had a history of doing kind of bizarre things from time to time.
How bizarre. Bob Lazar, how bizarre.
Such as
how bizarre.
the jet engine on the go-kart or whatever it was. But he
Put a
had
little rocket on his motorbike too.
He was convicted of basically pandering. He was setting up a brothel. It could have been worse. It's the oldest profession, and he's like, okay, people have been doing this for thousands of years, so let's, see if we can make this work. There's a lot worse things that he could have been convicted of. Mm-hmm. And so people have used that against him. We don't know the circumstances. He wouldn't really discuss that.
If that's the only thing, like, seriously, like, fuck off. That's pointless to even bring up.
How many other people have been pimps? He could have got him.
He wasn't even a pimp. He was just helping it.
He could have got him a hat. He could have got him some shoes with spats. He could have been styling.
Does he have a face for a pimp?
No, he doesn't. God love him. He does not have a pimp daddy face at all.
He doesn't have a pimp daddy personality. He doesn't have a pimp daddy stature.
No.
He ain't no pimp. He's just a nerd.
But he's a wonderful nerd.
Yeah.
Who had an incredible experience in his life and has suffered from, over that. Mm-hmm. And that Corbell, with his presentation of this, made the suffering worse.
Yes.
It was just, like I said, it was just such a disservice to Bob Lazar and what this man has gone through and the knowledge that he has. So, yeah. Yeah.
It was a shit.
It was a shit show.
Shit stick.
Yeah. Even the youngest kid, he's like, this guy is just horrid. This production is horrid.
It's amateur. Amateurish.
Yeah.
Seriously. There's no other way to put it. It's amateurish. It's like someone decided, hey, this
middle
is
school.
My first document. No, not even middle school. Like they just got into college for video production, and that was their first assignment, first actual thing, and that's what they made.
No, I think
and everybody cringes at their first product.
I think that there were middle school kids that could have done better with that. I really do.
There are.
So
it's like,
yeah. It was like me listening to Michael Heiser's book by that guy on Audible that I sat there and cussed through the whole thing.
You cussed it.
I was cussing
up,
through this
down,
the whole
left,
thing.
Left, right, north, south, east, west, any angle you could think of, she was cussing it.
I guess it's a good thing.
And I could hear it all the way in my room. My room's on the opposite end of the house.
So I guess it's a good thing that we didn't record this yesterday, which was the day that I had watched it.
It's a good thing that we did not do a live viewing of it.
Oh, God. That would have been bad. It would have been bad. Because at least this gave me a chance to calm down about it. I was escalated. Just a little bit.
What? Oh, I never heard that before.
But it just...
I love doing that voice. I love doing that. I love Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh.
Look up Jennifer Coolidge.
And
watch a Cinderella story. It's better than that damn documentary.
And I may try, if I can remember, I will try to find the link to the interview that he and Knapp did with Joe Rogan. Mm-hmm. And you all can see that I am not exaggerating. I have a tendency to actually, tamp down people's behavior. I do, as far as expressing it. I don't know if people expect me to stand up and scream and wave or whatever, but no, I have a tendency to understate. And people are like, it was a little worse than you said that it was. So it just saves you money. There's other interviews out there with Bob Lazar. I saw quite a few of them that were there on Odyssey when I was uploading yesterday. Mm-hmm. And, yeah. But Corbell, dude, you need to find another line of work.
How about do a few more test viewings before you actually publish something?
How about watch some people that truly have a wonderful interview style?
Yeah, don't watch Shane Dawson. He's shit at everything.
I don't know this person, but Anyhow, that's it on this one. So we'll find out whether the diabetes and the one slice of pizza works or not. And I will calm down.
Waking me up at like 2 a.m. and be like, my sugar's dropped.
I don't wake you up. I don't wake you up. I'm about to die. The worst one that I've ever had so far was a 39, and that one was like, yeah, it's a little concerning. So it'll be all right. It'll be all right. But like I said, Mr. Corbell, no, dude, you are not a talented filmmaker. No. So if you've had paranormal, supernatural experiences, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids.
He used Shutterstock.
Okay.
Stuff. Rather than just getting his own shit.
Okay, isn't that one of those things that you could subscribe to and they'll take the watermark off of it?
Yes.
So he didn't even subscribe to it? Did it still have the watermark on it?
Not that I saw, but
Okay,
it's not uncommon for people to just take pictures. It's like Getty Images. Ain't nobody paying for that shit. We're just gonna snag it.
I don't know. Anyhow, he just add that to the laundry list of things that were wrong with that. If you've got family, local, regional myths, legends, if you have seen this shit show, let us know. Send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com.
Physical version. No, it's video version of Mr. Hanky from South Park.
It was bad. And
except Mr. Hanky was actually pleasant.
So, prayers for Bob Lazar. No kidding, because that man has been through hell, is still going through hell.
Yeah.
He does not want the notoriety. People seek him out on this stuff.
Does he not know that he can just be like, no, I would rather not talk about this anymore. I'm done. Like, seriously, y'all have messed me up.
The reason that, and he did say that if he had known what was going to happen to him, that he probably would not have disclosed it. But he felt that there was an obligation that people did deserve to know. Mm-hmm. And where he was thinking that he said these craft were ancient. So my question is, were they really alien, or was it a matter of past civilizations that are beyond any kind of memory?
There's UFOs in historic paintings.
Sure.
Stained glass.
Right. But that's where, we have the myths of these, civilizations that were very advanced. There was no longer traces, and that was why we went into that as far as the Earth's mantle shifting, which could wipe out any and everything. Mm-hmm.
The tectonic plates.
Now this is different than the tectonic plates even. Yeah. It's the whole thing just becomes liquidy and slides. So instead of the planet flipping over, it's just the crust that slides around it. And we're about to... Yeah. Fun times ahead, folks.
Goodbye, y'all. It was nice knowing you.
Anyhow, know that you're loved. We appreciate you having coffee with us. Mm-hmm. Let us know in the comment section what you think about Jeremy Corbell.
I will tell you right now, it was shit. It was shit.
I will put the link in there as far as the IMDb, and that gives you the particulars and stuff on it. So, anyhow, that's what we got today.
I have rubbed my gums raw with the pizza.
Okay. He's injured himself with a slice of pizza. How the hell did you do that?
A slice? I had 3. And I don't regret a single fucking one.
Okay.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment. Let me back away from the mic. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all and have a good. Don't make a shit stick of a documentary. Eat a lovely soup. Eat a lovely pizza.
Yeah, you were trying to do that Corbell thing with the voice. Yeah, I know what you were doing. You were inspired. God help us all. We'll see.
Was that what I was doing?
Yes.
I don't think so.
We'll see you on the next cup. Bye.
Eat a lovely soup. Go touch grass. Believe.